Hi there, I'm Lou Angel from AngelicSoundsHolistic.com. Today I have a collection of Akashic files to read through, past, present and future, read always in line with the divine plan of the Most High God, with the highest guides and the highest protection. The whole reading won't be for everyone, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you are a part of the loving, enlightened One Soul family, hit like, subscribe, follow and share. I'm in the office. Let's read. So let's have a wee look, see what we've got. Who's this reading for? Someone who's stable, powerful. Very creative. Nice. Now, are they creative or is it not a flame? It's not a flame. This is Paolo Barbieri, Unicorns. It's a really beautiful deck and I'm glad we can use it tonight. So we've got stability, this small boy, right? Is that the quadrant? No. But it is the inner child of the quadrant. And the creativity of the quadrant is with the small boy, with the boy's inner child, right? This is why we have to do inner child healing. Because when you do it, you get to remember all this stuff. You know, you get to remember all the... What have we got? Okay. Not a Yeti. Strangeness. Is this still the quadrant? Okay. Maybe not having the best upbringing. And the creativity being damaged from small. This is a person who's been through a lot. And even though they have overcome much as an adult, they have become powerful. They have become strong. They have become mighty. It's still a child within. And the creativity and the flame snatched. So, sorry about this in terms of the camera work. Just having to make do because I'm not actually at home just now, so it is what it is. Right, you should see I've got a little light bar, everything. Right, here we go. Let's start here. Ending. Something is ending. A moment is ending. Life is ending. A job is ending. A job is coming to an end. Okay, what kind of job? Give me context. Okay. Show me. Transformative. A transformational job is coming to an end. Is this an actual job or is this a moment in time? Okay, I'm going to need more. Purity and divinity. Is this the job of having to look pure and divine? Oh yeah, right, okay. maybe whoever I'm reading for, you've felt a great pressure to look perfect. There we go. That's a better light, isn't it? Yay! Maybe you've been under huge pressure to look perfect, to act perfect, to be divine, whatever that means. Honestly, honest to God, see if I hear another hippie chick talking about how she's a divine feminine. They get me started. They get me started. If you are a divine being, I want to see a catalogue of your works. Right? Akin to the wonders of the world, or the world itself. Divine feminine, divine masculine is the ascended yin and the ascended yang. It's not like something you call yourself. Anyway, sorry, just my personal opinion. You may have a different opinion. That's okay. I respect that. I understand. But I just have to say that. I just have to get it right out because it's a pet peeve that really gets on my nerves. Okay. Everyone's divine in that case. Okay. And then we got a demon. So we got not an angel, not a demon, not a dragon. Interesting. The job is coming to an end. I think whoever I'm reading for is quite important. Maybe you have a really important job. Maybe you're quite high up in an industry. Yep. Not a cat. Hunting. What about hunting? Hunting purity, hunting divinity, to snatch creativity. So I guess this is what happens if you aren't doing the work, right? You got to keep going outward to take and take and take because there's no internal process. And so the creativity needs to be poached from others, right? Is that right? Okay. What's next? Daring. The vulnerability takes daring. Being able to be vulnerable takes daring. Okay. It is a choice to be daring, or it is a choice to be a demon. Creativity needs protection. True creativity. It's not something that you need to steal. It's something that comes when you have a love and light connection. If you're not supporting love and light, you cannot connect or grab for very long. You would have to fight to keep a hold of the creativity. Why? Why? Wisdom. Because the awakening is coming. The awakening is It's happening. Everyone's calling back their power. It's not just a me thing. People of all lineages are calling back their power from each other. They are calling back their power through all lines and lineages. They are calling back their power from people who have harmed them. They are calling back their power. And this is because of the awakening. Wings are being spread. Power is coming into the body. This is a griffin, I think, actually, as well, you know, because you can see that the body there is like a lion. It's like an owl lion. Fluidity and creativity. Being able to flow in a fluid manner. To be able to hear the voice of the Most High is not something that can be stolen. An open heart enables you to know what to create, how to create, what to do. Fluidity. What is this regards to, this fluidity? The fluidity of wisdom. You can flow with that awakening. You can awaken your wisdom and you can flow into different ideas. Things can take different shapes and different forms. But you have to be able to bear the intensity. Do you know what I'm seeing in my head? I don't know if anyone here is a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, but Spike has to go through this thing where he tries to get his soul back because he's in love with Buffy. And he has to go through the most hideous trials. And I'm thinking about Angel as well, when Angel the Vampire with a Soul, and when he gets his soul back after being horrific or making certain causes. Well, he was bad. Angelus was a really bad vampire, but he had to go through trials, right? Well, once he got that soul back, after going through the trials, he was able to actually function and have a great life and be happy. And he couldn't have sex, but like that's... Oh no, maybe I shouldn't say that word. I'm gonna end up again. I need to bleep that out or something. But yeah, I can't do that. Here we are. Direction. The intensity of the direction of awakening, of ascending. You want me to talk about that? What about it? Here we go. Hope. Through the trials. What they had, I went on a Buffy bent, what they had was hope. They had hope that when they went through the trials and they came out the other side, they would be better. Yeah, and they were. They absolutely were. And they were happy they went through the trials and they were happy they got back their sense of self. They didn't get the girl in the end, but they got something much more important, which was their souls back. With the soul coming back comes a return to roots. Roots cannot be given if you don't have a soul. Is that right? The stand in hope and know that the roots protect you. You need to be vulnerable. You need to know what has been done. You need to know the actions and the karma. Amends must be made and the truth must be spoken. You don't have to run around with your pants on your head. But you do need to do the internal work to transform things. Not a tiger. The roots of majesty, the roots of lineage, royal lineage. Yeah? What about that? Show me. Let me look at this card, sorry. Oh, look, it's lots of little fairies. Is it fairies or little birds? Okay. Say it again. The roots of the roots of honor. Oh. Come from being able to fly high above the problem. If you can fly above the problem, you can see from below. This is what you can see what's happening below, and it looks very small. If you don't ascend, you can never see what's happening. Not a snowman. Where are we still? In the present. Yeah. We're not here to be cold with each other. We're not here to sit alone with a nice sculpture. I know I just pulled it, but I've pulled it to the side. Sometimes these are for you guys, and sometimes these are for me. Calm. Not a snail. So we're not supposed to be made of ice. We're not supposed to be lazy. You know, riding on someone else's back. We're supposed to have pride and honor. Not a planet. Space. This is worlds that are made that are not real, that are falling apart because they're built on nothing. They're built on lies. They're built on things that are not real. These worlds are collapsing. They no longer have the strength to hold up. The journey to open the heart, open the voice, and open the mind is now. And the need to know a planet from not a planet is essential. To know one's truth. Not just one's truth, but the absolute truth. The truth of a situation. the whole world, the actual world, not just the world that we want others to see. We can't change unless we know what we've done, right? And if we can't change, we can't create. And if we can't create, we get stuck. Clarity, yes, eh? Not a street lamp. This is a very unusual picture. I was looking at this, and it makes me think of the country. When I look at it and I look at it and I think of Scotland, and it's like bursting out of this lamp. It can't because it's stuck, because it's not really a unicorn either. The journey to free Scotland, to birth a nation. Your perspective has to be like this, both masculine and feminine. It cannot just be, it's not yang yang. You've got yin and you've got yang. And what was I talking about earlier? I was moaning on about people calling themselves divine masculines and that. Call yourself what you want to start off, right? Call yourself what you want. But you have both. It's yin and yang we are made of, masculine and feminine. And we have to balance the two. People have got them in different measures, but we should always have 100% of both, right? Because that actually gives us power. The feminine is a more mysterious power. The masculine is a more direct, shielding power. If you think about Shiva and Durga, Durga is Shiva's wife, and Shiva is always in the picture with Durga. And this is because he's a part of her shielding, as she is a part of his. And it's kind of like, is that worth mentioning? Aye, you're walking down, I don't know, street in town at night, and someone comes over to you and goes, "Have you got a light, mate?" And you go, your inner feminine will say, "He doesn't want a light. He wants to steal your money. Don't go over there," right? And then your masculine will go forward and shield you and give off a certain aura and press you back, right? Sorry, not press you back, press them back, keep them away, and make sure you've got the money that you came into town with in your pocket, because you're not spending your time talking to the wrong people. You need both. You need both, the internal and the external, working together to have the right perspective to birth a nation. Who am I reading this for? To birth a nation? Where is this coming from? Okay, anyway, fine, whatever. Okay, not a centaur. Fighting spirit. Fighting spirit. So first of all, I'm going to put that. Well, you've seen it, right? There it is. Super cool, huh? So maybe you're a Sagittarius, possibly. A lot of pride. Let me see. the one that I'm looking for? Here. Metamorphosis. To change takes fighting spirit. If you are who I feel you might be, you have already proven that you have plenty of fighting spirit. But now it's to recognise that the battle is within first. It's to defeat the enemy within. When we defeat the enemy within, we can defeat the enemy without with ease. But when we allow the enemy within to run us, we cannot change. When we cannot change, we cannot create. Magic. Magic. It takes fighting spirit. For magic? Hold on, explain further. Explain further. Here we go. Rush. The rush for magic. Oh, I'm seeing like a gold rush. Right? There's only so much. There's only so much. And I just got to hold on to the little bit I have. Or the big bit that I have. Because if someone else takes it. So when you have that, do that metamorphosis. And you come into your own magic. Which is connected to love and light. There is no need for the rush. You don't need to fight. Because you have an unceasing flow of healing energy coming from the Most High God. I know that we have been in a time where we've had to use really heavy magics for a very, very long time. But that is no longer the case. It's just no longer the case. It's a different time. And it's not a race anymore. The time is for metamorphosis. It's for change. It's to grow your wings and fly. Opening the heart, opening the voice, opening the mind, and knowing that needing to punish everybody, you will need to know how to protect your life. It's no longer the time when that can happen. Karma is now very much at play. It always was, but there was a sort of a hold on it. Vulnerability. Kept talking about vulnerability today. So fragile, right? I think this is to do with a plant. And I'm looking at the horse's legs there, and I'm seeing that as well. Something was planted on the time. It's not anymore. Am I saying too much? No. Whatever it was that was holding things at bay is no longer there anymore. Simplicity. Keep it simple, right? I love that fairy. Look at that naughty fairy. Not a stone. And so it's like we can paint things up whatever way we like. Yeah? But it's still, that's going to be a rock. Might be a rock painted like a unicorn, but it's still a rock. Maybe it's about the illusion of it, right? It's the illusion of a unicorn, not a very convincing one, but the illusion of a unicorn. Okay. Omen. The omen. Oh, this is like, you talk about like the omen. um, these are dark wings. These are fallen angels. Yep. And I'm being drawn to like all this like amazing kind of leg armor she's got here. And it's like not a stone, and it's not really proper armor either. It looks nice, but she's still very fragile. What time are we on now? It's calling back the reflection as well, maybe, is what's coming to me. Being able to see oneself within the mirror. The truth is that stopping the vampire society that we now live in will need a lot of courage. It will need a lot of courage. The twist in the tail is we don't need all that crap anymore. It's a different kind of crap we need now. It's a different kind of crap. Now we need to support our lives to grow, right? And that's not easy if we've been actively trying not to do that. But there is beauty in it. From that place of many, many, many awakened people, there is such beauty, such creation, such peace, such joy. Not one little raven, a beautiful peacock. Don't get me wrong, I love ravens, right? But you get the point. There's a vast difference between a raven and a peacock. And when we go through this awakening, it's a different kind of beauty. Harmony. Beauty and harmony. Okay, 33 minutes. 33.